On January 24th, 2020, we here at the Adventure Outpost embarked on one of our most epic journeys yet. A trip down the California coast from San Francisco to San Diego, hitting some of the best parks California has to offer. Our party began Saturday, January 25th at a lovely little Six Flags in Vallejo. This is our experience at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. The weather was perfectly foggy for our day at the park, which kept out a large majority of the crowds, making everything a station wait all day. This was perfect for us as we had to bang out all the coasters in the park and drive 5.5 hours to LA, all in one day. We hit the front gate 15 minutes before park opening, and I was ecstatic to see the flash testing, as I've heard in the past that the ride doesn't always run and has lots of downtime. But thankfully, she must have heard we were coming, because she was firing on all cylinders. We got into the park and immediately headed right towards Medusa. And a big thanks to Max, who works the Superman ride there, as he gave us a good plan for hitting all the rides with minimum wait time, as every ride but Batman was running one train. We hit first train of the day on Medusa, and as one of only two rides here I was expecting big things from, it did not disappoint. With a very similar layout to Kraken, Medusa wastes no time in speeding through large-scale inversion after inversion, with the zero-G roll into the Sea Serpent roll being my personal favorite. And this easily helped make Medusa crack my top 50, and it's my number 3 overall for floorless coasters behind Kraken and Bizarro. From there, we quickly hopped onto the death machine of SLCs, Kong, a one and never again credit for me. I despise SLCs with a passion, and those terrifyingly slow lift hills and janky trains have my heart skipping beats every time I'm forced to ride one for a credit. But don't just take my word for it.
You want to tell the world how you felt about Kong?
That was the worst ride ever. It was like a rating of a 0 out of 10. It hurts, it's scary, it should just be like burned down to the ground. I want to fucking watch it if it happens. That's it.
Burn it, we'll be there.
After Kong, we got on the Kiddie Elite coaster, Cobra, a ride similar to Harley Quinn at Great Adventure and Poison Ivy at New England, so there wasn't much excitement there. But it had some nice little lateral pops in the back, and having that huge train all to ourselves was quite amusing. We cut back across the entrance and made our way into DC Universe, the only sliver of theming Six Flags is capable of throwing into their parks, apparently. We quickly hopped onto the Flash, hoping to nab that credit before tragedy struck and the ride went down, which thankfully never happened. I have a soft spot for the impulse coasters, and this one was especially cool with the tilted spike on one end giving a completely unique experience from the others I've been on. From there, we hit the creme de la creme, adding another notch in the RMC belt with the Joker. Any RMC is a great RMC, and though this one turned out to be my least favorite of the ones I've ridden, it was still better than 85% of the coasters I've been on. That stall was incredible. I loved looking up at that plank of wood as we shot over it, and the airtime hill over the lift hill was particularly choice. This ride was chock full of standout moments and worth the trip to this park alone. This ride easily cracks my top 30, but comes in dead last when it comes to ranking the RMCs. From there, we hit those immaculate free spins, this one called Batman the Ride. I have a love-hate relationship with these rides. They're very much a one-and-done coaster for me, but I have a surprising amount of fun when I'm on them. And I think that mostly stems from seeing how much fun my girlfriend has on them. And this one was somewhere in the middle of good, wedged between the chaotic Joker at Great Adventure and the completely lifeless Joker at New England. Afterwards, we hit Superman Ultimate Flight, our second Skyrocket 2 after Tempesto, and this one was 1,000 times better, with no comfort collars to ruin the enjoyment. The lap bar was perfect, and really helped that hang time on the Heartline roll. My only complaint is how short they are. They're over before you know it, and if you get unlucky and get stuck in a line like we did at a SeaWorld a week later, then it can really sour the experience and enjoyability of these coasters. Luckily, that wasn't the case here. Also, shout out to Max for those quick dispatches. After that, we chilled out a bit, got some water and ice cream, and I got some footage of the area, and we took in our surroundings before heading back to Marathon the Joker, We managed 4 more rides on it before Max joined us on his lunch break and totally broke the ride. Just kidding. But we did only get to settle on those 5 rides overall. Instead, we settled for a double dosage of fun with 2 rides on the Flash, where Max introduced us to those sweet spots, the hang time seats and the airtime seats. So kudos to him for being such a friendly dude and wasting his lunch with a couple of clowns from New York. We bid him farewell as we made our way to our last credit of a coma Boomerang, which thankfully was not the worst one we've been on. That honor still falls to Flashback at New England. We got some more footage and made our way back to Medusa where we got 2 more rides in. We were hoping to get a few more on Joker, but the ride was still down, so we got some more footage, I got my park map, and we made our way out for our 5-hour journey to LA. And overall, I enjoyed the park. The atmosphere was nice, and the collection of coasters was decent, with 2 standouts and a mediocre supporting crew. This park could use a hyper or another type of B&M or Intamin launch coaster, though, to help with its lineup. I'm glad the park was empty, as I could see this being a frustrating park if the crowds were dense, with multiple rides only supporting 1 train. I hope to be back one day, definitely not for Safari Sidewinder or whatever it's called, but maybe down the line when they get a new big coaster or whenever we make our way back out there for California's Great America, which was closed during this trip.
Sorry, folks, we're closed for 2 weeks to clean and repair America's favorite family fun park. Sorry.
As for where I'd rank this in the Six Flags chain that I've been to, it's definitely my least favorite. But again, I've only been to 4, with them being Magic Mountain, Great Adventure, and New England, so really it was fighting with New England for the bronze. But New England's 1-2 punch of Superman and Wicked Cyclone beat out Discovery Kingdom's 1-2 of Medusa and Joker any day of the week. So in total, we got 5 rides on Joker, 3 on Medusa, 3 on the Flash, and 1 on everything else. Guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I hope to have a ranking for the park's coasters up in the next week or so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can be up to date with all our coaster fun. And until next time, adventure on.